Whew. What's up, Connor? I have a fucking headache, man. Holy moly. Alright. Also, I don't know if chat is, yeah, chat's not showing up on stream, unfortunately. I can still get it, allegedly, so hopefully that works out. So my theme is that my map has to include a conspiracy theory. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do for that. I suppose we'll wait and see. Oh, goodness gracious. Hurry it up! Hurry it up! Hello! Why'd you pick the loudest mix play? It could be funny if it wasn't actually showing on Mixer.
Aggressive mode!
Let's make sure it's actually live. No, it is. So how's it been, Mr. Kian? Oh, okay. Glad to know. You got my back, dude. So you're a blowing bears kind of guy for this Mapcrap. Things are gonna have to take a turn for the best. That's not a good sign. What's up, Vic? I should probably charge my phone now. Oh, shit. Why do headaches even have to exist, man? What piece of shit biology. Ugh. You feel me? What's up, Alexander? You decided to participate in today's Mapcrap? Or are you maintaining your distance for now? Yeah, I don't know when that will be. I can already tell you this is probably going to be a short Modstream. I am not feeling well. I'm just going to try to get like a working layout done for my Conspirathree map. But Fraud Night should be fine. I might be a little bit later than what I put on the schedule. So I have to go out. I was supposed to go food shopping yesterday, but we wound up planning for today, so... My map must have a conspiracy. Now, obviously, the immediate idea that I had was to continue the Joe Rogan campaign, but I don't know about that one. I might try to make him more out there. Most of the old Brood War melee maps are still actively used from time to time, so... Ow. My skull. This will be a good excuse to port Asphalt to Ash World. That could be one way of doing it. I didn't forget it, it's not working. It's actually still active, believe it or not. In the scene. This is the background image that I use to make it more stand out more, but it's just another day, another fuck up from Restream. So nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. I could try reinitializing OBS. But it only even worked on my personal end, where I have the app running. Which makes me sick to say. Don't say app. The program is running, but that took me like 5 or 6 restarts just to make it working there. So I figured it wasn't worth the headache, quite literally. So. I like how Blizzard's idea for like doodads or whatever for Ash World. Like, this is supposed to be the this is gonna be what we use for the Zerg main homeworld area. What do we got for doodads? And then they just give you like eggs and rocks, but the eggs don't look anything like. Or I don't even know if those are eggs. Maybe those are like fossils or something. But why? Why put those in your... Why? Fraud Night is... Well, it was supposed to be in 4 hours from... Around 4 hours from now, but like I said, I think I'm gonna be out food shopping, so it'll probably be 4 or 5 hours from now. I mean 5 or 6 hours. Oh, yeah, you and me both, Vic. It's a good thing it lasts until later. Yeah, I think mine will need a few edits for when I'm not so groggy. Yeah, I mean, one of the benefits of the new Mapcrap is there's plenty of time compared to the old ones. Like, in theory, I could fuck around and do nothing of value today and still have a working submission by Monday. I would like to not have to do that, but in theory it's possible. Hell yeah. We got this, dude. In the bag. Try not doing that. Try not being lazy. Usually works for me. Yeah, that's how it's been over here too. Pretty nice. Big fan. I just realized I don't even think there's not even any default tiles that use the highest terrain level in Ash World. That's some sick shit, man. Like, how did they make it so this tile set has literally nothing? I'm thinking of making a sunken tile for Ash World. That would probably be pretty nice. It wouldn't really... I wouldn't be allowed to change up the height, though. For one, I would have to change up all of the doodad and terrain height as it stands to make the default one medium. But then I would also miss out on making the stacked cliffs mean anything. It's like, you can only have 3 height levels. So, it's very unfortunate. I can't believe Blizzard actually did that. Notice anything wrong here, Veek? See any issues, maybe? I can't believe I have to do everything for Blizzard. Why can't they just make working tiles? What the fuck? Hold my ass. I gotta get some shit done here. I had a crazy dream where I was like glocking people in the head. And then the same guy I glocked was like working in a corner store that I was at. And I was looking around for their stock at the same time. I was like trying to hide behind that guy. Like, oh, does he remember I glocked him earlier? That was pretty funny. That was like an actual fever dream. And then I won a lottery ticket. Except instead of it giving you like... First of all, the lottery ticket itself was... it was this. It was like this in a box, and I had to take like a coin and scratch shit off of this. This is like a box cutter. And so it's like the prize was the box cutter, basically, or like not all of them had box cutters in the ticket or something. I don't know. It was really psychotic. And then after that, I won, but I won like a voucher for like $860,000 worth of skins in CS:GO or something. Like that was one of the things that I won. I also got like a bunch of cash, but it was like an envelope that I pulled out of the switchblade. Or the box cutter or whatever. And like everybody around me was like, oh, cool, you won that. That's pretty nice. So I think when you open up your day with that, it's probably a headache is not far behind. Fucking altered state of consciousness. So, that's my story. I don't usually remember any dreams that I have, but when I do, they are some pretty sick shit. Alright, that's all the work I feel like doing today. I think maybe a while ago, yeah. I don't remember what it was specifically. It was like I was playing it. I was playing Starcraft in my dream. But I think that's the only time that's happened. I've had a few dreams where in the dream I'm streaming, though. That has happened before. I'm like reading chat messages from people. So that's a real surreal experience. I don't know, probably some sticker, Remy. The world is a simulation. Might have been one of the more recent ones I added, I don't know. Maybe that was just tax, dude. Sometimes tax happens. Death and taxes. I don't know whether I'm gonna throw up or magically become better. URS. The RSS feed for you. I was waiting for I was in the middle of recording some shit yesterday, and I was trying to tune into Balathal's stream after, but after I finished my shit, I refreshed the page and it was gone. He had stopped streaming. But I did see 2 messages from Rimtac. One of them was F, and the other one was should have saved. And so I like to imagine that what happened is he got annihilated and then rage quit. Yeah, it's in his. He posts in his DJ Cocaine Fury channel on the Discord server. He was playing some anime-looking game. I don't know what it is. Way to demystify the situation, man. Way to burst my bubble. That's it. I'm chucking your chicken. Kian, are you still in the stream? Did you know, I don't know if I ever told you this, but my brother is really fond of your, like the recording you made a long time ago for one of the Wrecked Sun maps, where you said, chuck that chicken! And he insists that I find some way to squeeze it into one of Cullen's unit responses in-game, every single birthday map he gets. So even in the most recent versions, he just, like the most recent one is him just going, what is that? And then it plays over the radio. Like you just hear a radio static version of Chuck That Chicken. Like he doesn't, he's got it tuned to the wrong station or something. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It's pretty funny though. Good bit. Some of those Wrecked Sun maps, man, if only they had good gameplay, I wouldn't hesitate to release those. Unfortunately, they're so bad to actually play, but I still think, like, if they had good gameplay in them, they would be some of the funniest fucking maps in the entire community. I wonder at what point did it stop becoming like a parody, though? I have a sneaking suspicion that I started to take them too seriously at some point, where they had like 10-minute briefings and shit, and it wasn't for the sake of like that's part of the joke. You know what I mean? I don't know. Hard to say on that front. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, I am feeling a bit better now. So Faguro requested a spin emoji. If anybody has any ideas on what a spin emoji would best look like, let me know. Maybe we should just take the priority survive command icon. That game actually has a spin key in it, so that would be the ideal scenario. What the fuck? Don't do that. What's wrong with you? Anytime you see a woman who enjoys having their morning start off with them getting smacked in the face, you know that you will never need to marry anybody else. So long as she's still alive, anyway. I still can't believe Jane Marino actually called CR12 a dumb bitch. A while back, CR12 created a Twitter account, and the only reason he did was so that he could respond to somebody tweeting something, and then he followed me. He's a nice guy. I don't think he's signed in since. I would start out every day with a headache if you did that, to be honest. So what you're saying is they take... Oh, it's a consistent thing, yes. Entire Pornhub channel dedicated to a woman being slapped in the face by her alarm clock. So Veek, have you decided to look at your map? Is it playing hide and go seek with you? What's wrong with it? Can't a map be fun to play while still mocking me? No, you don't. The rules strictly forbid player annoyances, so... Wasn't the... I think the last time you got this theme, you just cannon rushed me. That's one way to do it. Hey. Hey. Can't do that. Well, somehow we're almost done with this. I was able to break through my headache with the power of Tism. Let it be known. It is known. I can't. It doesn't work. If it ever restarts and starts working again, it will show up on its own, because I didn't even disable the scene in OBS. It's entirely out of my hands, unfortunately. Bum, bum, bum. Bing bumbo. I mean, come on, guys. I know I have a fever dream, but... I have a fever dream. Never mind. I was just gonna say, I'm not that fucked up. And then I said that. Man, this one in particular is going to take some real asinine micro to get rid of everything. This seems fucked up, but oh, maybe it's supposed to be a shadowed part of the light or something. I don't know. Bing, 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 bong, 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 bong.
One night, one of the darkest nights,
Whoa.
death came by his bedside. Maybe it was just a dream, we'll never know. But anyway, he came by and whispered in his ear. Listen closely to me, son, and know that the only touch that really matters is mine. You should feel glad that I haven't touched you yet. Death said while taking upon his sickle. I don't mind dying. Touch me whenever you want if you can. But don't ever, ever dare to touch the child inside me. That child that's still capable of loving and dreaming with his soul, said the man while lighting another cigarette.
You. I really don't know what the fuck that is. That seems like a problem. But whatever. Oh yeah, I gotta do the little wiring over here. Well, we don't have the results in. I don't know when we will. I assume after Christmas. Or maybe we do and I'm not aware of it. I don't know. I haven't really been keeping track. But submission itself was alright. Really, the biggest issue is it lacks a lot of difficulty. It lacks the required challenge that I wanted it to have. But I learned a lot while making it, which is, of course, the important part. Well, the AI actually weren't too difficult to code in. The issue was trying to make it so that they were consistently challenging, and it was pretty rare for the... Well, there was a number of bugs that were introduced at some point, including AI not behaving as they should for... or with regards to certain things like under attack, which is supposed to stop them from taking attack units and using them for defenses. So that broke the way that the AI would organize attacks, thus meant that if they were ever attacked or they were expanding to a new location and needed some guards there for defenses, they would take units from their attack force that was being prepared or that was already in the middle of attacking or anything like that, and they would use them for the more defensive purposes. And obviously that's not what we want, and I expressly asked for a command like under attack to be made, which Nave did at some point, and I guess some change that I or iQuare made broke it. I'm not sure exactly though. So that was a big deal. We still haven't exactly figured out what's causing that. Another issue is expansions not being very reasonable. I could probably check it. Yeah, it's open source. But I don't know. I don't think that there were any direct changes to it. It's some other change to the overall construction of it all. I'm pretty sure, anyway. As I understand it, there's a flag that gets set when the AI is under attack that changes how it handles units. And so all under attack does, in theory, is disable that behavior. So when the AI is under attack, it doesn't exercise that behavior. It's default vanilla behavior, what it was occurring, basically. And so it's not really like out of the ordinary in that sense. What's out of the ordinary is the fact that it broke, seemingly apropos of nothing. So I don't really know what would intercept that, but something seems to be overriding the change that Under Attack is making elsewhere in the functions of the AI. Is my best guess, anyway.
Found you crying all alone, babe. Yeah. Without a hand to hold your back. Trying to get the game face on. Now that your heart has gotta cry. knocking on my door. With an empty bottle in your hand. You're trying to deal your own devils. We're trying to make them run away. Make them run away. In the shadows. No one tells you what to do.
Of course, it's another tile that needs a lot of micro management. Small, tiny changes. Using a tiny baby brush. Although, a humorous thing, since you mentioned Mapperino, I gotta say, the submissions that I played for the Brood Wars stuff, man,
Now, babe, that I met you.
they were worse than a lot of the Mapcrap submissions.
I'm gonna take you, I'll take you by the hand. I'll throw away your game face, babe. I'll make your devil
They had like 2 months.
make 'em run away. I'm gonna let you.
If only they were blank, man. And not filled with gimmicks.
Remember the day when you left me all alone? You packed your suitcase, babe, and you walked on down the hall. The wind was blowing, and the rain was falling hard. My eyes were burning, babe, but your heart was so stone cold.
I can't believe I managed to do all this in one sitting. In this state that I'm in. Alright. To get us in the true Mapcrap spirit, I'm actually going to pause this music, and we're going to listen to a little something special. If I can find out where it is. Here you go. Oh, bear blower! Bear blower! Bear, bear, bear blower! Why does she blow bears? Bear blower! Bear, bear, bear blower! Why does she blow bears? Hello! No! Somebody wake me up from this fever dream! Bears, you gotta blow them! Blow them, guys! Bears, you gotta blow them! Blow them, guys! Blow them! Bears, you gotta blow them! I'm not a bear blower. I refuse. Bear blower! Bear blower! Why does she blow bears? Bear blower! Bear blower! Why does she blow bears? Bears, you gotta blow them! Blow them, guys! Bears, you gotta blow them! Blow them, guys! Blow them! Bears, you gotta blow them! What do you mean? He named the character Bear Blower, and you're asking me if I'm on drugs? Bear blower! Bear blower! Why does she blow bears? Bear blower! Bear blower! Why does she blow bears? Bears, you gotta blow them! Blow them, guys! Bears, you gotta blow them! Blow them, guys! Blow them! Bears, you gotta blow them! Tetley, I should have saved. You should have fucking tested your goddamn campaign, dude. You should have made a campaign. How about that? You fucking asshole. You come into my chat. You send me a broken fucking campaign that doesn't even work. You fucking blow my bear live on stream. You're not getting away with this. Dude, you fucking tell me I should have saved. I cleared your whole map. I gave a guy to test it. The guy's you, man. Did he tell you about this? Did you fucking play your own map? What do you mean you gave a guy to test it? Oh, man. Seriously, what's the next mission command? How do I win? No! You didn't play your own... Oh, no, guys! Oh, no! Oh, no. What do you mean you didn't play your own maps? Blow them, guys. I'm looking for his Bethel's. Oh, here it is.
Citizens of Earth, lend me your ears.
Yes, it was one of you guys.
My name is Dr. Eggman.
I'm gonna leave this one on while I use the bathroom. Enjoy.
The world's greatest ruler. From this moment forward, you are all citizens of the great Eggman Empire. Now witness the beginning of the greatest empire of all time. Take this, take this, take this. That's through. 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 All systems, full power. Get a load of this.
no, no, no way. I can't believe this. Get a load at this. No, no, no way. I can't believe this. Ah, he's not gonna get away with this. I am Dr. Robotnik, the most cunning scientific genius in the world! Take this! That's 3! Behold! It's a tailed frog! Very unique! Take this! That's 3! That's right! You will now obey only me. No, no, no way! I can't believe this! That's my chaos emerald! Don't you touch it! No, no, no way! I can't believe this! No, no way! I can't believe this! Behold! It's a tailed frog! Tailed frog! Tailed frog! Tailed frog! Ah! No, it was a dud! I am Dr. Robotnik, the most cunning scientific genius in the world! Take this! That's 3! Behold! It's a tailed frog! Very unique! Take this! That's 3! That's right! You will now obey only me. No, no, no way! I can't believe this! That's my chaos emerald! Don't you touch it! No, no, no way! I can't believe this! Get a load at this! No, no, no way! I can't believe this! I am Dr. Robotnik, the most cunning scientific genius in the world! Until we meet again, my friends!
Rest in pizza, Tony!
Bing, 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 bong, bing, 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 bong.
I won! Give me fucking money! Donate me on Patreon! Fucking!
Aggressive mode!
Get me out!
Then give me your heart.
Send me home!
Now I have your heart.
What the fuck is happening? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
XD!
Get me out!
Then give me your heart.
Send me home!
Now I have your heart.
Get me out!
Then give me your heart.
Send me home!
Now I have your heart.
And no! Delete that! You fucking simulation! You'll never take me alive! I killed all the crows in my neighborhood! You'll never get
Bing, 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 bong.
Your brain
bing,
is
bing,
completely
bing, bong.
destroyed.
Oh, okay, bye. Hi.
Delete that! What is that? What the fuck? No! Delete that! What is that? What is that? No! 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 What is that? No! 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 Delete that! What is that? What the fuck? No! Delete that! What is that? What the fuck? What is that? No! 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 What is that? No! No!
You. Alrighty then. I am feeling quite improved. Caffeine kicked in, pain pills kicked in, headache kicked out, nausea kicked out. We're good, bros. We got this.
What's going on, babe? What's going on in your mind? What can I do for you? What can I do for you to be satisfied? You know I love you, babe. You know I love you more than myself. You know I miss you. You know I miss you both night and day.
I think that's just meant to be a wall anyway. I don't know. Alright, let's do the depth. So, Alexander, if you're still hanging around, any positive outcome to the shit you were going through earlier? I don't know if you feel like talking about it, but hopefully things are all right anyway. And actually, same for you, Kian, assuming you're still here as well. Glad to have you both back. I imagine they're saying dangerous load. If that is the case, that's a real laugh.
That's why I decided the very next morning that I had to throw my gun away. If I don't wanna lose my baby and leave my life, will find it instead.
Be a nice test if this holds up to a different tile type after I've sorted this in. I'm pretty sure it should, anyway.
And now I got her walking around. She doesn't know which side the way to choose. She's got them ready for the second round, and she knows that she got another chance to lose. Dangerous road, dangerous road.
I figure for lighter tile types below, I can probably just lower the fill or something if it is too contrasted. Now just the last couple here. And we're good.
I'm feeling blue among the sheep. I pretend my deepest smile. Right after work the night wakes the wolf inside me.
I think I need to mess around with the ramps a bit more, but I'll do that after I'm done with everything else.
Well, I got the wolf inside me, babe. I'm gonna show you now. My teeth are so my heart is weak. You know I'll spill some blood around. So my heart is beating fast and my soul's on fire. Turn around.
I'm gonna have to fix the text on the Tracy's Armory thing. Good opportunity to do that.
8, 3, and 4.
I assume Blizzard didn't also fuck that up. That was probably me blindly mirroring shit without realizing.
Try to hide. Try to hide.
Okay. So this is where I go and find the actual doodad.
I'm standing here all alone, waiting for the rain to fall.
Oh. Oh, wow. They actually did fuck it up like that.
To wash away my pain,
Wow.
clean out the man.
Let me make sure by opening up a source tile. So.
Hey, Mrs. Rain, I don't think I can wait any longer.
Wow. That is impressive.
And wet me to the bone and take my soul away. I'm standing here all alone, waiting for the train to come. Take me away from this haunted place. Down that place. Hey, Mr. Night Friend, I don't think I can wait any longer. I want you to come and take me away from this haunted place. Don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm now from. Just drive, Mr. Night Friend. Thoughts in her train through the night.
A saga of betrayal and suffering.
Okay, let's organize ourselves here. Okay, there we go.
Well, I got up in my sleep, I had the devil chasing me. I had to run, I had to hide, right away from here. And I looked under my bed, and I looked into my closet. But I'm a tough grown man, I had to get a little bit closer. You know, he came to me as a mute, with dark-haired eyes upon it. He came to me as a wretched woman with a big tattoo. But she let me free to peek, although just with one of them too. It ain't hard to tell for the very first time I knew.
What the fuck? Oh, I think those are actually shale doodads. Uh-oh. Well, at least you've made some progress, like you said. Three. How come, Iquirp? You have until Monday. It's no longer only 4 hours long. I'm feeling so much better now, man. Whew. Really dodged a bullet. Remember when I used to do phone streams? I wouldn't be able to restream that, unfortunately. Or maybe I would be able to. Let's see what I can find out. Yeah, he's working on a Mapcrap submission. His theme is must have an excessive amount of doodads. Yeah, there's no restream app SMH. No, Iquare. You have until Monday. You get Saturday and Sunday to do everything, and you can do stuff Monday morning as well. Yeah, you have way more time. That's why I'm doing custom terrain. I would not be doing that if I only had 4 hours. I'd be losing my mind. Yeah, exactly, Iquare. Exactly. It's a 2-day version. That's how all the map crops are going to be now. We may have full toilet for a longer one, like actual 2-week one, but like we may do more of those. But for sure, every map crop will be at least a weekend event, so that people can come in the middle of it if they want to or anything like that. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. It'll be nice. Yeah, every single one, dude. Maybe we could have one or two that were like the quick ones, like we used to do. But I don't see a reason why. I mean, I feel like this is a superior format. Well, even the thing is, like, even if people are going to be short on time for whatever reason, like they got personal stuff, they can still make the map in 4 hours and submit it. It's just that you don't. It's not like you have to use all the time I'm allotting. I don't expect people to spend most of, or a significant portion of their waking hours on this for the time that it runs. Just like in Full Toilet, I didn't expect most people would be streaming the way that I did, where I was doing like 8 hours a day or something, whatever ridiculous average was. It's probably like 4 or 5 hours a day. Whereas I don't expect that from most people. I have a feeling most people are just going to do like 1 or 2 hours a day. It'll probably equate to around the same amount of effort to the original Mapcrap. Maybe you'll get the outlier that does it a lot more than that, or but the bottom line is people should feel more free to get shit working and experiment a little bit more broadly. Balethal mentioned that he wanted to be able to do stuff like voice act, and he couldn't really do that in the 4-hour one, so he only was able to experiment with that in the Full Toilet map, and stuff like that. So, like, you know, you got people able to do that now, and it doesn't feel like it's coming at the cost of making the map a functioning experience. You know what I mean? Because I always did that. I always went for, like, funny jokes, voice acting, crazy modding, instead of actually making a map that worked most of the time. So I had all these flaws, and I have to patch it up after the fact, and then the maps would be kind of interesting, potentially. I did, like, custom AI and all this other stuff. So... Well, yeah, there was a few streams of Stormborn, and remember the 14-hour Nemesis Omega stream at some point as well. There's some really sick stuff that I did not so long ago, actually. Yeah, well, I mean, again, Veek, you could just treat it like a 4-hour contest, and you can just make your map in 4 hours and say, I'm setting this personal limit for me. And then after that, if you feel inspired to go back and work on it some more, you can say, all right, I'm going to go and update it. But so you can still treat it the same exact way. That's not really a big deal. So... Yeah, no kidding. You imagine your entry must be in a map size greater than 256 by 256. I think it's certainly more I hesitate to use the term accessible because we all know what that word usually means. But I do think it's genuinely useful in this case. Oh, that must have been a really old video. Real trip down memory lane, as it were. Why did the AI drone rush you? It sounds like you got annihilated by, like, the AI got attacked by a worker and you brought it back, and then and then they chased your worker all the way home. That happens anytime you attack an AI with a worker. All of their drones will immediately start to chase your worker. So it's a really easy way to gimp any AI. We have to fix that at some point. What makes me want to keep going? Generally a dissatisfaction with the content that's already out there. But I also think that there's something that I haven't really been able to identify when it comes to what gives me my motivation. Like, there's something in the essence of what I do, if that's not too metaphysical for you. Like, there's just the general demeanor that I have. Like, I'm not satisfied if I'm not working, and I don't really know how else to explain that. So it's more than just, I want to make something better so that I have something better to play. That's what it started out as. But I also think that there was always this underlying notion that I wanted to create something, and that made me more interested in the act of creation. And so it just so happened that it aligned with something that I also could benefit from in other ways by having something fun to play. And so there's like more than just the normal motivation of you want to create something, you want to bring something into the world. Because that is something that I don't really know the root cause of. I just know that it's not enough to say that I just want something better to play. Because if I had an infinite supply of good quality content to play, I would still want to make stuff. Even if my stuff could never be that good, even if I had no hope in hell of achieving that level, I would still want to make certain things. And that's an area that I'm not really sure what the deal is. Like, I don't know enough about psychology or the human condition to understand why that might be something that I'm, consumed by. But that's definitely a component of it. It's just this drive to make something. I have no idea what. Is base layout useful? Yeah, of course. I mean, the thing is, in an ideal world, the AI would be intelligent enough to never need base layout. But until we get to that ideal, we're going to be using base layout. And even then, like, that ideal is actually much further away than you might think, where you can just tell the AI to be smarter about the way that it builds stuff generally. You also have to have the AI have certain subroutines where you say, I want you to bunker rush any player. And if they can do that effectively, just regardless of what the base layout is, like what the map layout is, the position of the enemy, any of that stuff. If they don't have any problems at all doing that, then yes, we're at the ideal. We don't need base layout for anything, not even niche things. But that is so far away. I don't think we'll ever reach that with Starcraft. We may not ever reach that with any RTS, just because that would actually automate the process of like, at that point, you probably have AI that figure that shit out on their own anyway, and do everything. They write themselves in that sense. So there's not really even that big of a deal, you know. I mean, I think I would always design AI in a similar way that what I currently do. I mean, this is obviously a very potentially naive thing to say, because who knows what's going to happen in the future. But I don't think that the ideal AI, quote-unquote, is so far from what we're doing now in terms of making something for a single-player or cooperative experience that's meant to be fixed, linear, dynamic, but not open-ended, and isn't meant to exemplify a real human player or something like that. And is meant to have its own foibles, right? But who knows? Like, who knows what it'll actually look like? And I'm not talking about on the code-based level. I'm pretty sure the code-based level will change drastically. But in terms of what the end result is, I don't think that the AI will shift dramatically from that. Like, yes, they're going to micro. That's going to be a pretty big change, actually. But it's almost only a surface-level change, because it only affects how they use their units after they've already made them. The process of making the unit in the first place, and then, you know, making all of the structures and teching up and doing all the stuff that is required to make the units in the first place, that is going to be fairly similar, I think, to what we already have. I don't imagine another way to go about doing that. Though the key distinction is once they have intelligent ways to use their units, we can reduce or remove outright the what's the term? The income multiplier that they have, because they don't have a need for the cheat anymore. So, and yeah, I actually, that's one of the changes that it was like a sleeper hit with me. At first I was like, oh, that could be neat. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, wow, this is actually really awesome. Like, this could be a really cool addition. Having a way to select your starting location, select your starting forces, and have a set amount of resources, and you spend that in the pregame, and whatever you don't spend is just your starting resources for the map itself. And yeah, like, that's really cool, actually. I think it'll be really useful in general. And so the idea that I can give the player that choice, that opens up so many doors for me as a designer, where I don't have to worry that my pre-placed army that I've given the player and my pre-placed base layout that I've given the player is potentially flawed for a certain player's strategy, because they can just decide that they want to change something about that. And that also gives another window to players that aren't very mechanically gifted but understand the game strategically. They can set themselves up for success in a different way that would not be possible in any other context. Yeah, I mean, had I stuck around with Metal Fatigue long enough and had the rest of the game not annihilated me, I probably would have paid a bit more special attention to the pre-build thing. I think the issue with pre-build is that it's very slow. The whole game is very slow. Whereas in what I'm talking about is actually, like, basically, it's going to be similar to opening up the map in an editor and pre-placing your shit. It's just going to be done through the briefing screen. You're only going to have vision of your immediate starting area. So there's going to be elements like that. But like, it's going to be very quick. You're just going to make a decision. Whereas, obviously, none of that stuff happens in game time. In game time, the game is paused. But in real time, it actually takes a very long amount of time just to move units around and stuff. Yeah, I'm not talking about it. The buildings take a long time to build. I mean, like, you have to order your units to move around and shit, and that actually is agonizingly slow in that game in any way, and they didn't accelerate it for the purpose of the pre-build. Yeah. Well, hopefully the OpenGL stuff works out well enough and isn't and looks good, right? It's important that it's not only functional, but it is aesthetically consistent with the rest of the game, right? I just wanted to take a look at these. It's good enough. That's pretty crazy. We can finally backport Mass Recall to Brood War. Could you imagine? Yeah, it seemed like it was an issue where I didn't have the tech necessary to actually progress in that. Maybe if there was a way to reliably speed the game up without it becoming... like, it seems like it's designed to be played around a fairly slow pace. And so if you increase the speed, the AI probably annihilates you, or does what they did in my case, where they build a million things in the underground, and that's not great, alright? So you need to increase the game's pace without making it so that it's like running Starcraft at double speed or something. Apparently they were doing a sequel to SC Ghost in many more ways than one, because they came up with the idea to make a Starcraft FPS game, and it was in production or something, and then they shelved it and they canceled it again. So that was the sequel. Yeah. Canceled for Overwatch 2, which isn't even an actual new game. It's the same game. They just added a new game mode or something. I don't get that at all. Uh-oh. I'll be right back.
Bye.
Hi.
Bye.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I bass boosted by. I'm trying to make this as random as possible without too much tiling, but it's a little bit more complicated, unfortunately, than you might expect. Alright, I think I've done everything that I need to do here. Oh, actually I need to reopen that SMH. Okay, cool. We did it. Ba-ba-bum. Although I have to do asphalt now, but at least I have all the canvas files in place. Nice. Yeah, it's one of those tile sets, or it's pretty much the main tile set that is so bad for pretty much everything. If you know what I mean? Like, it's... missing a lot, so... Alright. Now I get to do this. Oh. SMH. Alright, see you later, Rawflesh. Thanks for hanging out. I gotta look into why the that thing breaks so much. Do you know what other, like, more advanced tech is going to be required for that sort of thing? For the, overall project, I mean? Like, do you need any more, AI commands and stuff? I know you're planning on the diplomacy thing, and you're working on some stuff related to that with the new mapping tool and all that stuff. Uh-oh. Yeah, it would have to like do the same thing that the Reaver thing is going to do, where it's going to take a shuttle and a Reaver and exclude them from being used for other things like guarding or attacking, and other such things. So. I suppose we could use an idle tactics function to tell AI to, you know, put certain units in, but it's kind of a poor solution because of the fact that it would have to be a separate system from attacking, whereas ideally you'd just be able to work it into attacks themselves. I don't really know how that will work out, though, so... Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to re-import the asphalt stuff. Just remembered. I need those two. Yeah, that's so. Thankfully, I already have all of the mini tile flags saved for most of this stuff, so... I guess you could also use that system to simulate enemy players selecting sub-commanders, the same way that we were talking about doing that for the loadouts. Like, something for Hydra would be way easier than what I was planning on doing initially, is going through Hydra's things and saying, like, okay, well, here I have units, like, potentially you save George in the first map, and so you can get him into the second map as well. Well, he's there by default in the second map, but like as time goes on, he officially joins you, and you can choose to take him into battle as an ally, as an AI-controlled ally, or you can choose to take in like Kerrigan or something like that, depending on what you want. And they have different strengths and weaknesses, so that can help you figure out what your playstyle is. Maybe one of them is better, works better with you than the other one. Stuff like that. Yeah, it would be interesting to see what we can come up with, or will be interesting, rather. I think it'll be pretty good. Surely I have actual. Oh, so that's somewhere. Reminds me of I have to make those raised jungle temples at some point. Should be fairly simple. Looks like our stream will be shorter than expected anyway, despite the fact that I feel better. We're accelerating the schedule here, so I'm just hoping that I can get some of this terrain work done. I'll be working more on this as time goes on. What are we doing today? These are structure cliff doodads. I guess I'll grab these. I don't know where these came from specifically, but we'll compare them anyway. Oh man. Telling us all the things we know, how to achieve what we believe. Though we are free, we never leave. There's nowhere to go to outside the fantasy. Fantasy. The hope of the tear, tonight he is here. He's going to show us what we fear. The marionette closing a thread. So what are we listening to exactly? There's nowhere Alright, key distinction here for that last one is I am going to have to go find it and set it to high. And that's the only other thing that I have to do for the actual cliffs. This is a bizarre album. Alright, so we've done that. I don't know if the piece earlier was, like there's like a null tile in the middle of these tiles that I don't know if it existed before. So, I'm not quite sure if the tiles that I grabbed here are going to work out. Okay, it was there, by the looks of things. So in that case, we should be able to grab... Assuming it... Ah, of course it had to crash. Alright. I want to say structure. Yeah. For that, anyway. Although I guess I didn't really confirm that the second set that I grabbed was the correct set. So why don't we do this now? Did I just... I think I just used the wrong one anyway. Alright, what do we have here? We have... Structure, cliff, doodads, made high.
Hey, man.
No. Sorry. Not a wizard.
Kill yourself.
I don't know if that's reasonable. I don't know, guys.
Okay. What a fucking way to open a song. Structure, cliff, low med. I can't believe this is a real song. Yeah, okay, these are still fucked anyway. Of course. Let me make sure that they're all fucked. Yeah, they're all fucked. Why? What did I do wrong here? That means I've got to do it all myself. Again. What the fuck? Why, though? There must be some, like, specific tile that is annihilating them. Like, it's fucked from the word go, too. What a song. What a song. What a performance. I think it really sounds like they're trying to be very similar to Queen. With like the chorus and shit. I was never a big Queen guy, but maybe this is more appealing for those people.
Who told you the news? The experts who mocked you for breaking the rules. Well, now who's the fool?
They do seem a bit more musically diverse than Queen, which is nice, actually. Like, I don't actually mind the album, it's just I recognize it's probably not for me. You know what I mean?
scale the walls from the
I think the thing is, at a very surface level, this album kind of feels like it's sending a message, and I have literally never found albums like that to be particularly good to listen to, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm mostly listening to music as I suppose, a form of escapism, but I don't see the reason to, like, I recognize other people find value in it or whatever. Obviously, I'm not saying it's valueless, but it's just never been something that I thought was particularly important for me. If that makes any sense. So I usually check out very early on into such albums. Assuming that's like the predominant thing, like if I can't shake that sense anyway. Obviously I don't really care what the message actually is if it's good music. Darkness of the soul. One, two, and three. Three. That's the answer. Into the skull? Are they talking about Mike? I'm just going to set everything to medium, and I'll work out what I have to change later. So most of these tiles are medium in height. Whew. Alright, how much time we got? Not much. We'll get there eventually. Oh yeah, sure. I can definitely do that. A while ago you mentioned you didn't really need... Well, I think you wanted to keep in touch with the Hydra Tester one or something, but you said you didn't really need the Fraud Knight one or something like that. I wasn't sure if I should give you back any of them. And then I forgot to ask. Right, yeah.
Which way you waiting at the traffic light? Give your pups tackety. The blood is in the gutter. Bring me my serenity.
You. Oh, I must have walkability'd these. Walkability'd. I was gonna say. Making a mistake once, maybe. For every single tile in the group, probably not. Oh, does it? Yeah, it was probably written around that time when I was still working on the new game state. I'll fix that in a sec. Okay. For now, you want to keep off the Fraud Knight roll, Alexander? I mean the, not the Fraud Knight roll, the... What's it called? What? Wow, Twitch is really falling apart. The Mapcrap roll is what I meant. I just fixed the panel now. Well, if you ever change your mind and you want to do some map crapping, Obviously, you're welcome anytime. With or without the roll. Gotta correct that in a second. Yeah, you can't make any, what's the term? Making single-player content, like anything that relies on AI, is pretty much a no-go. And not a pro one, either. Done with that. Let's export these. Oh. Wishful thinking, I guess. Bum 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 bing ba bing bong. Alright. So this is also medium high. This one is as well. I don't remember where it starts though. Right here. And then this one has to be medium high. And then I have got to convert it all to actual high. Hierophant. Oh. Pranked. Apparently I never did this. Apparently I really botched the original take on this as well, so I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. But at least the tiles in here are gonna be accurate, and then I can re-export the text files later on. Hopefully I remember. Because I'm out of time, pretty much. Oh, no. Oh, it's just one. Okay, done. Nice! So we managed to get all of that stuff done. After this, I'm going to import the asphalt, which is obviously much easier to do because there's no elevation to asphalt. That'll be after I get back home, and probably after Fraud Night. So I'm going to go out. Since we're going out earlier, that means Fraud Night will also start earlier than I thought. But I don't know when exactly, so just watch the Discord channel for updates. I'll ping people about like 15-20 minutes out or whatever. And yeah, that is that. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for starting Mapcrap off strong with Season 3. And if you're late to the party and you still want a theme, you still want to participate, just claim your theme in the Mapcrap channel and we'll get started. Bye. Mwah. Kisses.